Just about set for football now here at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, welcome to this game. Jake Moody going to get it started. Off we go from Lumen Field. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Darnold. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. That one on the tackle, Abraham Lucas. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. So that'll move them back half the distance, and they'll try it again. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The open man is Smith and Jigba. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Automatic first down.
Here's a handoff to Walker. And this defense, they have come to play. Second straight loss to start the game.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
They'll go play action with Darnold. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
This is one of those plays where you either have to just eat it or you got to make a better decision on where you throw that ball, because you continue to throw the ball into these crowds, especially under pressure, you're going to turn the ball over, balls are going to get tipped up in the air, and bad things are going to happen. So, fortunately for him, it winds up incomplete, but you've got to expect better decision-making as the game goes on. Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
So it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. 70 Lions. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. First throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And they're finally going to bring him down. It's a first down if it stands, but maybe a hold set him free.
Still first down.
On play action, here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Automatic first down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Block in the back. Offense.
Still second down.
Here's Darnold. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
The 15-yard line.
And they decide to bring pressure here on 3rd down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies out front. And he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Going to return this from the 10. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10.
Man. Here we go. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 19 Lions. Ready up.
Start the drive with Kronsky Merritt. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Ready? 19, 18. Steady.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. To the left side, it's caught on ground. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. First grab of the game for Brown. Good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
No! Alert! Alert!
Daniels with a give to Kronsky Merritt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Beats the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Second and 10.
19 tight. Now pass all 80.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Let's go. Bronco switch. Bronco.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
Buffalo 18. Reno. Chapler. Let's go. Bring it. Cut up.
Now movement up front. It's a big decision. Coming from the officials, who's the penalty on? On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. This drive starting on the ground with Walker. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. It's a gain of 16 and very quickly a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's caught. It's A.J. Barner, the tight end. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one a gain of 18.
46-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. We are through 1. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
Seahawks, 1st down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard now?
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown in of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks move out on top, 14-0. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. And they'll force him out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10.
Get it! Cowboys, 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
A run to begin the drive, and it's Krusty Merritt. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Trap 60! Trap 60!
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. Hit as he throws and is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. You do know it'll be 3rd down.
Stephanie! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! 19 Lions! Mustang 19!
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this 2nd quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The throw on 1st down is Darnold. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The rest of this game is all going to come down to getting stops. You find yourself down pretty big here in the 1st half. You have to get the ball back to your offense as many times as possible, but you can't keep giving up scoring drives, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. You need punts. You need takeaways. Give your offense a chance to start climbing back.
Darnold now the throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. Good work there to get this back close to a 1st down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. Connects with Cup on the slam. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
They run with Walker.
shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. Throwing, Donald. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. Johnny Newton getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Now, Darnold. And he won't get away. Good open tackle there to get him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Talk things over before third down. Darnold to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This a 42-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Well, Commanders offense ready for this next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. Now Daniels. Has caught left side. That's Ertz. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Commanders.
Here we go, here we go. Rig. Dragon 60. Trap 60. Go.
On first down, Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And that will lead to a second down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Ready.
On second down, it's Daniels. And we'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down.
Short of midfield.
Hardball 80.
Daniels gonna throw again. And that is incomplete. Trying to connect with the veteran Zach Ertz that time. And it's gonna be fourth down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
That's taken in. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
And the Commanders first down.
70, hot 70.
Throwing again. Daniel. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Get it. Cowboy 80. Seven Pirates.
Throwing now. Daniel. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And he's out of bounds with a flag down now in the backfield. Is that a hold or maybe it's a roughing call?
Automatic first down.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer. It sets up 1st and goal.
60 Eagles.
Daniels now going to look to throw. That's to the right side, and it's sitting. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Then Sinnott. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Extra point up and good from Moody. The Commanders are back in this one. It's 17-7. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. He'll be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drop. 1st and 10. Here's Walker. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He finds Huff along the out route.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Commanders' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Bronco 80.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Like it.
Here's Daniels. A screen set up for Krusty Merritt. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to back.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. That's the veteran safety, Marshawn Lattimore, bringing him down. So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.